Bloggo's POW.
Right, it's finally time to have a look at how the Sega Superscaler games worked out on the Sega Megadrive. Let's have a look. Right, so predictably, first off we have Afterburner. Or Afterburner 2, whatever it is. This is technically Afterburner 2. I'm not going to explain again the differences between Afterburner and Afterburner 2. I've done so many times. Look it up somewhere, I'm sure. Watch another video of mine about it. Who knows? Right, okay. Right, so let's have a look at the options, because sometimes these are reversed controls and then they're not reversed and things like that. Control. Up, down, reverse. I think that's right, because we want aeroplane style controls. Fast, missile, slow. That means the guns are on auto. And let's start. I haven't played this version for a long time, so this is going to be a bit of a shock. There we go. Right, controls are the right way. Vulcan cannons on auto fire. Afterburners are there, and we've got missiles over here. Right, and on the face of things, this is a really nice version of Afterburner. The music's a bit I think, but hey, that could just be me. I'm so used to the original Afterburner soundtrack, being one of those saddos who bought it on CD back in the day, and now I have it on vinyl as well. And when I used to play Afterburner Climax on my 360, I actually ripped the original arcade arranged version soundtracks to listen to while playing it, rather than the arcade version that's thoughtfully included. Anyway, I'm getting away from the fact here that I'm playing a version of Afterburner on the Mega Drive, and it's not too shabby. And predictably enough, I've just died, because you do a lot of dying in Afterburner. Oh, you get the refueling bit. Okay, that's nice. Question is, at the end of stage 4, do you get the landing bit with the hang-on motorcycle stroke Tom Cruise reference? I guess we'll find out if we get that far. I'm sure we will. There's not much to say really, because it's a nice version of Afterburner. It's arguably better than the Master System version, but not as impressive, if you know what I mean. I'm sure the Mega Drive can do better than this, but it was quite an early game, whereas the Master System version was really quite a surprise for such an underpowered machine. Well, not underpowered, but you know, it was 8-bit. Of course, the trick with Afterburner is doing this circularly rotatory thing. It's not so much of a game really, more of an endurance test of how your thumb can rotate so many times. But yeah, this is for the time, it was the best way to play Afterburner. Oh, I'm going down! Goose! Right, now do we get the landing refueling stage on this version? Because that's one of the differences between Afterburner and Afterburner 2. Oh, shit sticks. There's that word again. Somebody in my last video pointed out that I started overusing it, which is not a bad thing. Let's think of some new curse words. Anyone can think of some new curse words? Comment below with some new curse words for me to use, and I'll try and get in the habit of using them. No landing strip, just a normal refueling thing. That's a bit disappointing, because I like the landing strip bit. But yes, nice serviceable version of Afterburner here. Shit, dead again. Does anybody remember the issue of, I think it was Sinclair User, that gave away the Afterburner soundtrack on tape? as a cover mount, but it was only one track, and it was this track, not the main track, and I was quite disappointed. I actually bought that issue of Sinclair User, literally just for that cassette, because I had a Commodore 64, not a Spectrum. Yeah, a bit disappointed it wasn't the main Afterburner theme, but this theme instead. Again, comment below if you bought a video game magazine for a format you didn't own. Stick on the brakes. And you're supposed to fly straight by. Tom Cruise recommended that to me. It hasn't worked. One thing I'll say, the lock-on here drops off too quickly. So you lock onto something and the lock-on disappears, which is odd. Anyway, yeah, there we go. Afterburner on Mega Drive. That's not too bad, but looking a bit dated nowadays.
Welcome to bonus day.
Right, so bonus game. This is Afterburner for the 32X. And since the 32X didn't get many games, and least of all they only got 2 of the Sega Super Scaler games, I thought I'd just slot this in here, just so you can see how Afterburner could look, albeit with a magic mushroom plugged into it. And for a while, this was amazing. When I say a while, a very short while between this coming out of 32X and the Saturn version coming out. But, my lordy, look at that. I didn't actually check what the controls were. Oh, there we go. There's the Afterburner button. Okay. Of course. Optimised for a 6-button pad rather than a 3-button pad. Means you've got more control over stuff. You could set the Vulcan cannon to the mode button on the side of the 6-button pad, which was interesting. So I've technically made it a 7-button pad. Or an 8-button pad if you include the start button. Anyway, I digress. It was useful and fun. This has the landing scene in it. I will get fast forward to the landing scene momentarily. Whoa, boom. But yeah, this plays very similar to the arcade game. The scaling is nice. It's a little choppy. Detail's not quite all there. And the music, listen to the music. That's how Afterburner sounds. Right, here we go, the landing stage. Woohoo! Watch out for Tom Cruise stroke hang on guy. I always thought it was Tom Cruise, but then the Outrun car turns up on the next one, so it's all very confusing. And later versions, I think the Sega Ages version is quite obviously the hang on guy, but that guy had sunglasses and a leather jacket on. And it's like that in Tom Cruise where he rides his bike next to the F-14 taking off, and then I'm dead. Yep, that's still excellent. Right, so next up is Outrun. One thing I will have to do straight off the bat here is change the options again, because I know that I like the control setup. Oh, actually, I think that's about right. Acceleration, brake, gear change. Okay, right. For some reason I thought to myself, oh no, I like acceleration in the middle. That's what we like. Acceleration in the middle. Right. Now, at the time when this came out, I thought this was excellent. It was one of the first import Mega Drive games I got when I got my first Mega Drive. A nice shiny yellow box version of Outrun. And I thought this was excellent at the time. Again, you didn't really have any options. You had a Master System version which was, albeit very nice and very charming, wasn't particularly authentic. You had an absolutely god-awful Amiga version, which, oh Christ. Do you remember that intro for the Amiga version?
US Gold present from Sega.
And you had the 8-bit versions. I mean, I quite enjoyed the Commodore 64 version, which is the version I had, but playing the Mega Drive version was something of an epiphany. It moves fast. It's a good approximation of the coin-op. It sounds good. The music's nice. The course layout is similar. And I say similar because obviously I was playing a Japanese version, which the layout is slightly different from the world version, so the courses are in a slightly different order. But now looking on it, it actually looks really quite dull. So yeah, this is the Japanese course layout. So rather than have a canyon here, you've got the fields and the trees. One thing I will say is that as a version of Outrun, this is incredibly easy. I'm probably going to mess it up now I've said that, but you can go through this pretty much in one sitting. There's not a great deal of challenge to it. There is a faster speed version as well. On the options you can set it to super fast or something, I seem to remember. There's a couple of Easter eggs as well. I do remember vaguely doing one of the stages so quickly the Galaxy Force ship flew over the top. Or did I imagine that? I don't know. Did that actually happen? Anybody in the comments who played the Mega Drive version of Outrun to have the Galaxy Force ship fly over when you reach the end of a stage, please let me know. It's not going to happen now because I completely cocked that up. But still, look, even though I cocked it up big style, I've still got 13 seconds until checkpoint with absolutely no problem whatsoever. But hey, back in 1991 or 1992, whenever this came out, you really couldn't do better. Oh crap. Maybe the PC Engine version. I don't know, it plays a bit differently, the PC Engine version. I mean, the scalings on these rocks aren't particularly impressive, but again, old Mega Drive game. Oh, that's how you do that bit. Straight through, no fuss. This is the first time I've played this in a very long time. Just shows you how actually easy this is. Oh crap, he says, flipping his Ferrari. I might not even make next stage now. You've really got to have, I suppose, 12-13 seconds spare when you hit the fork in the road, really, to comfortably get to the next stage. Which is going to be a bit tight. I'm not going to do it, am I? No. Oh, so close. But yeah, that's still an excellent version of Outrun. Again, looking a bit dated by today's standards when there's arcade perfect ports out there on the Saturn and an excellent version on Dreamcast. But yeah, still definitely worth a go. Right, so the holy trifecta of Sega Superscalar Greats has now been totally ruined because there's no native version of Space Harrier for the Mega Drive. However, we do have release game Space Harrier 2. And I'm a huge Space Harrier fan, and I do not like this at all. I have never liked this. It's choppy and looks really bland compared to the original. I've just never ever liked this. It's not exhilarating. Space Harrier, the original arcade version, is exhilarating. The Master System version is exhilarating. The 8-bit computer versions are whatever. The PC Engine versions, fun. The Amiga version was fun. of the original. There was an Amiga version of this as well, which I equally did not like. I just find this such a missed opportunity. It would be nice if we could have a proper Space Harrier sequels one day. Maybe a Port of Planet Harriers would be nice. But I really, really do not like this. The music is boring. Okay, here comes the turtle. Hello, turtle. I mean, granted, all the same attack patterns work they do with normal Space Harrier, but it's just so dull. Do not like. And I'm not going to get that far, but you know, in the original there's a bonus stage where you ride a dragon, and it's again hugely exhilarating to ride a dragon into trees and stuff. This one, you ride a flying disc or something. It's laughable and not fun. No, really not a big fan of Space Harrier. Well, Space Harrier too. I'm a big. Never mind. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Space Harrier. I'm just not a big. I just don't like this. Let's see what the next boss is. I can't remember what the next boss is. I remember the first one was that bizarre turtle thing. Turtle head. Touching cloth. And other such poo jokes. There we go, Craig. I've reached your level of sweet corn in the shit, haven't I? Okay, what we got? What is it? Oh, it's that spooky ghost. Do you know what? I've just mentioned Craig from Retro Respawn, and he did his quid game on the Space Invaders Invasion Day thing for PS2, and he mentioned this alien from Folklore. That's the same alien, isn't it, Craig? It's come back. I only watched your episode today, and the alien's back already. Look at it. It's in there taking punishment and blowing up. Well, there you go. That's something, isn't it? I'm quite pleased that we've met that alien. Now we're off to Yeezland. It's populated by people who tell you how to pronounce the RPG series on Master System and PC Engine and PlayStation and PS Vita and PlayStation 4. Oh, Yeez was on many systems, wasn't it? But yeah, these are all people telling you how it's pronounced properly. And look, there they are. Here come the Yeez men. Hello, Yeez men. And why are they robots? I mean, we want robots in Space Harrier, not Yeez men. Yeah, not going to take much more of this, I'm afraid. In fact, following on from Afterburner, I've got a better idea.
Welcome to Bonus Day.
Right, there we go. Better idea. Play the 32X version of Space Harrier. This was the other Super Scalar game that was released for 32X. And like Afterburner, this was as close as you were going to get at the time until the Saturn version came out. I mean, there's compromises made here, but look, this is infinitely more fun, infinitely prettier, infinitely more imaginative. By golly, I like this a lot. I mean, if you're don't like Space Harrier, you're probably not going to win you over, but it's downside better than Space Harrier 2. It's a little bit slow. Space Harrier probably should be running about, I don't know, 50% faster than this. I don't know the technicalities, but as it goes, this is complete. This is everything from the arcade version in it. Brilliant stuff, brilliant stuff. Right, so I covered it in previous versions when I've covered say Super Scalars on other systems. So here's Galaxy Force 2. Again, the difference between Galaxy Force and Galaxy Force 2 is negligible. Again, look it up, so I'm not going to explain that again, but we are going to look at the options. Direction reverse. Now, I'm a huge fan of the coin-op of this. The coin-op is pure eye candy. But this, contrary to me changing the options, is still the wrong way around as far as I'm concerned, but okay, we'll stick with it. But this is absolutely dreadful when it comes to its frame rate. Absolutely abysmal. I remember seeing a screenshot of this in Meme Machines, and it got something low, like 47%. I thought, oh, they didn't like Galaxy Force, maybe they don't like the original coin-op. Which, again, I can understand it's a very shallow coin-op, but I absolutely love it. And the screenshots as stills looked fantastic. I thought, wow, that looks excellent. I really actually want to play it. And of course, then you play that first version, and then, oh my god, your eyes. My eyes, my eyes, my eyes. Holy crap, what's happening? I think I'm actually going to throw up. And then you realise that screenshots in magazines aren't always the best barometer, because you don't see it running, and the frame rate on this game is that broken, shield broken. Perfect analogy for this. At least it's slightly easier to judge the corners in the Master System version. That was really quite bad. Criminy. Oh. Oh no, I seem to crash into it and win. Who knows? Who cares? Stage 2 is the flame fiery stage, which again the arcade version is fantastic. I mean, the version of the music on this is nice. The presentation is nice. The graphics standing still are pretty nice, but that movement just kills it. And it just feels stodgy as well. I mean, Galaxy Force was never particularly responsive as a coin-op, but you could play it. This just feels like treacle. Spaceships and treacle. Dessert. Oh, penetrate the enemy fortress. You don't even fly towards the fortress, and it just appears in front of you, almost like a still. Not long for this world. Look at my energy. It's completely screwed up. Because the thing with Galaxy Force, it's not so much a shooting game, it's more of a checkpoint racing game, because your energy is your time limit, and you only get extended at the end of a checkpoint like that, which you get more energy back depending on how many things you shot down. That means obviously I've got a small time limit until the inevitable doom of my Tri-Z spaceship, because that's what it's called. Should I do the Super Scalar games with the arcade versions at some point? This just seems a bit pointless now. I've done all the old conversions. Well, let's have a quick look at the third level. Oh, it's probably about all my eyes can take. Again, nice version of this track, this musical track. I mean, it's not perfect, but I like it. That's another thing, the power-up thing is supposed to add like rocket pods to the side of your ship and give you more homing missiles for a short period of time. It doesn't actually appear on your ship, it's just you collect it and it says power up, but it doesn't actually make a difference, at least not that I can tell. Maybe they fire faster or lock onto more targets at the same time. Who knows, eh? Who knows? No, game over. Fuel empty. Yeah, there we go. Galaxy Force on the Mega Drive. If you're going to play Galaxy Force, I don't know, just don't play this one. Right, there we go. The Sega Super Scalar games for the Mega Drive. Obviously, I've omitted Thunderblade and G-Knock, I believe, but hey, there's not always room for everything. But if you want to see me try and cover those and maybe a couple of others, comment below.
Subscribe or naff off.